Hello dears, this is the collaboration videos with Redline96 and Beauty with a Heart. Hello dears, welcome to Beauty with a Heart. I'm Lily, also known as Lulu. Today I'm very excited again because this is my second collaboration video. Actually, this is my first overseas collaboration, and today my collaboration partner is Redline96. Her name is Esther Oyana, but she preferred to be called by Oyana, which is her last name. If I'm not wrong, Oyana just started her YouTube videos. When I first watched her video, she gave me the impression that she is actually quite shy, soft-spoken, but she's very courageous. She approached me and asked for collaboration, and she gave me a lot of wonderful suggestions. So you can see that beneath her shy, soft-spoken self, please pardon me if I'm wrong, there's a strong woman beneath it. Her suggestions was firstly, imitate a makeup look to our favorite YouTuber, and secondly, which is the topic that we are doing today, that is using makeup to increase self-confidence and to give how to increase self-confidence advice, especially to the young girls, which I'm very inclined to do this topic itself. To me, Oyana is a very sincere, genuine, humble person, and she's very willing to learn and have great ideas. And to me, a person's character is much more important than what they are doing. So if you dears can take some time, please visit her channel and say hi to her, and if you love her, please subscribe to her as well. Show her some love. Thank you very much. So today we will do a makeup and how to increase self-confidence advice. So let's get started. So today I'm going to do a thought through makeup video. Not sure if I can do that because I can't multitask. Let me start off with applying primer. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Beautifying Primer. The products I'm going to use today have appeared many times in my video, so I'll just mention it. Since today's topic is about using makeup to increase self-confidence, I was thinking why not just share my story with you dears about self-confidence. Because all this year I've been struggling with my self-confidence. It started when I was in my primary 6, 12 years old. My father always wants to do his own business and be his own boss. And because of that, my family income is always on a roller coaster. So when I was in primary 6, 12 years old, we suffered the most. The next year, I'm going to secondary school, which is 13 years old. So you know, between the 12 years old and 13 years old is a transition between being a kid to a teenager. So a lot of things have changed. Our perception, our mindset has changed. Back then, I was super duper thin. I was underweight. And because of my family income, my parents bought me a pair of oversized uniform which is supposed to last me throughout my entire secondary school days, which is about 5 years. Okay, applying concealer now. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. My school shoes were torn. My bag was brought forward from primary school, and you know this, being a kid, we like cartoony bags. But being a teenager, cartoony is so childish. So not cool. So can you imagine the kind of appearance I had when I was studying? Underweight girl with an oversized uniform and with a cartoony bag and a torn shoes with holes. It's definitely not cool. And that's why not a lot of people will like to hang out with me. Not only that, there are actually a lot of schoolmates who I don't even know them. They'll come and mock fun at how ugly I am. Can't you imagine the words that they spoke to me, and it brings lots of hurts. I received comments back then when I was a teenager that I'm ugly, no boys will like me, I'm not good enough, And even if there's boy who like me, look myself at the mirror. Do I even have the criteria to choose? These are all negative words. And you know what's the best part, dear? You know, sometimes our mind can do wonders to us. I receive these words and it keep replaying in my mind. And the thing is, each time when I play these words, I got hurt again. And I keep playing these messages endless time in a day. And each time I replay, each time I'm hurt. The other party only say wants to hurt me. But my mind keep playing these messages, and each time it play, it hurts me more. So who hurts me more? Them or myself? Myself, isn't it? Now to think about it, it is such a stupid thing to do to myself. And this is how our minds work when we receive a certain message. Either through our words, from our eyes, our taste, our touch, our thoughts, all these 5 senses. When we receive a message, it gets stored inside our mind. And from these messages, we form an emotion that drives us. So in this case, I received the criticism, I did not handle it properly. So the emotion produced is hurt, and a lot of negative feelings is formed. And from emotion, it drives us to an action. And a few actions that I've taken is, the more I want to avoid people, the more I want to just stay to myself and be quiet and withdrawn to people. And from the action, it produces a result. The result can be good, bad, or neutral. And from the results, it will look back to re-emphasize on our thoughts. So this is a cycle of how our minds actually work. And in a way, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So all these words, I'm not good enough, I'm ugly, no people will like me, it's stored inside my mind. This is called conditioning. And this form my thoughts. And my thoughts produce a hurting feeling, which is the emotion. And the emotion drives me to keep to myself even more and avoid people. This is the action taken. And the result to just avoid people and stay to myself is, the more I won't attract people to me. And the more that I don't attract people to me, it brings me back to think that I'm not good enough. So imagine this has been repeating many times. And this is only one aspect of my life. There are so many areas in our life. Next, applying my eyebrow. I'm skipping foundation. Brush my hair first, so to give a neat eyebrow to draw. And this is what I call conditioning. And it has been playing in my mind for many years. During this year, I actually also received a lot of compliments, but somehow it's very strange. I just reject the compliments. Actually, there are experts stating that we're taking criticism easier and faster than praises and compliments. It will take about 21 seconds for our mind to process and receive the compliments, and it only take about 1 or 2 seconds to process and take in the criticism. So meaning when we want to praise people, we must at least praise them for consecutively 21 seconds. And I must say I am very fortunate because about 12 years ago, I was with this ex-boyfriend, now my husband. He was very sweet to me because he can see that I'm suffering from inferior complex, and suffering from inferior complex actually stopped me to do a lot of things that I'm supposed to do. And what he did was, he praised me every day, endless time, a day, consecutively, consistently for 12 years. Can you imagine how much effort he put in? He would praise me in a lot of things, especially my looks. And to the extent that he was taught the strangers, from what I mean is those cashier, waiter, waitress, or people that help us and serve us. They will stop them and then ask if I'm beautiful. Of course, they'll compliment due to politeness or whatever reason. So it validates the point that he's trying to give me confidence. He's trying to boost up my self-confidence. And this is a new message conditioned into my mind. So now my mind plays the message that I'm beautiful, I'm good enough, I'm smart, I'm capable, and a lot of positive words comes into my mind because of his constant conditioning. So an example of that is, I feel beautiful. Right now, this is the thought. So it gives me, it produces an emotion that is confident and be happy. So when I'm happy, one of the actions taken is to dress up myself even more. And by dressing myself is an action produced. And the action gives me a result. And the result is, I feel beautiful. People compliment me more. And the results re-emphasize my thoughts. Look back to my thoughts, saying that I am beautiful. So you see this is how our minds actually work. It is actually a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is the part where I cannot multitask, talk and make up at the same time. So let me concentrate drawing the eyebrow first. So dears, I'm not sure what kind of inner message that you talk to yourself. But it's very important for us to play a positive message in our mind. Oyana is very good to give suggestion, and she suggested this topic because she wants to give advice to the young girls. I know a lot of my subscribers are very young, and I feel that this is also a responsibility. And nowadays, my friend comments that I'm very different compared to the past. They comment that my self-confidence level has increased tremendously. And yes, I feel that way too. But I must say, even up to today, I will have time when my self-confidence level is low. It's a process. Self-confidence can be trained, and we must put in effort and be aware and be mindful about this every day. So it's not an overnight thing that today I'm self-confident, tomorrow I'm full of confidence. No, it doesn't work this way. So let me share what are the 3 tips to increase self-confidence. Next, I'm applying this Missha eyeshadow. This is still one of my favorites. So the first tip is, know ourselves. Know where is our strength and weaknesses. Come on, there is no perfect human being. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. Don't ever try to be somebody else because it's not authentic, and we will lose confidence because we are trying to imitate somebody which is not us. Know where our borderline is, know our limits, so that when people start to poke at us, we know how to react. We know where the borderline is, and this gives us the authenticity, and we can position ourselves better. If there are things that you know, for whatever reason we cannot do, and somebody gave us this task to do, which is completely not us, just reject them with a valid reason. Rejecting them with a valid reason and knowing ourselves is different from rejecting them without giving any reason. The second tips I'm going to share today is to constantly challenge ourselves and always improve ourselves. We can always learn some new things through watching videos or taking up some courses or expose ourselves in the environments that we can constantly learn new things. Example, many years ago, I'm actually quite blessed to go to this monastery, which I'm still going now. And the monastery to me is like a community center, CC in short. Okay, just in case you dears do not know what is a CC, in Singapore, this is a government organization where they have a lot of different courses like ballet dancing, cooking, drama, computer course, a lot of course with a subsidized rate. So the monastery has a lot of activities like dancing, flower arrangement, tea ceremony, Chinese calligraphy, a lot of different things. And I'm exposed to a lot of new stuff and new roles. One of the biggest challenge, I always take that as a reference whenever I don't have self-confidence, is a few years ago there is a super huge event going on and we need to perform to an audience size of 10,000 people live. Not only that, they will broadcast our performance internationally through the internet. So I do not know how many others have watched our performance. It's very scary, and you know what's the best part? It's a dance performance and I don't even have a dancing background. My hands and my legs can't coordinate with each other, and we only have about 1.5 months to learn the dance. By 1.5 months means that we only have about 1 or 2 lessons per week. And we have to master the dance and perform to a 10,000 audience size. It's very scary, isn't it? It takes a lot of guts to just stand up on the stage, let alone to face 10,000 people. It's very, very scary. But we did it. And at the end of the performance, we received a lot of praises. Of course, a lot of factors contributing to it, but just the guts alone to stand up the stage and to take up the challenge is a way for me to remind myself that, hey, I did something difficult before, so why can't I do this now? So what I mean by constantly challenging ourselves is to take up baby steps, to expose ourselves to new stuff, new environment, learn new things, broaden our knowledge. Because a lot of time, because due to ignorance, we are not confident. And once I read an article about I forgot what's the name, but some very famous psychologist or psychiatrist mentioned that he has inferior complex himself. Having inferior complex and low self-confidence is nothing wrong. It's just how we react to it. Okay, the first reaction is we can shun away from the problems, totally avoiding it. Keep telling ourselves, oh, I'm not confident, so I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Or face the issue and do our best. So self-confidence can be trained. So by learning new stuff, gaining more knowledge, more experience, it builds up our confidence step by step. So that one day, you never know what things will happen, but because you have experience in certain things, you can better handle the situation. Applying eyeliner. This is my holy grail eyeliner, which is Essence Deep Eyeliner, waterproof in black. So the third tip I'm going to share today is condition ourselves. Have you heard of the saying, birds of feather flock together? It's basically it. You see, when we mingle ourselves with positive people, we can get some inspiration and some new thoughts, forming new thoughts. Learn experience from them, learn knowledge from them. It gives and recharge us energy. And if we were to mingle ourselves with negative people, our energy will be zapped and drained off very fast. The main differences between mingling with positive people and negative people is the words they tell you. Positive words recharges us. Negative words drain us, like what I did in the past. I keep playing the words of negative in my mind, so my emotion produces negative and gives me a negative action that produces a negative results, and that result again look back to a negative and even more negative thoughts. And this form a truth perception in my mind. Let me draw first. If possible, you can always find environment to mingle yourself with positive people, wise people, people with experience. If for whatever reason, say maybe your family or your partner is very negative and that you cannot leave them, then may I suggest you can always find a place or something to do to recharge your positive energy and discharge away the negative energy. But all this needs time to recondition ourselves. It's like breaking a rock with a drip of water every day. All this doesn't happen just overnight. It's a process. Okay, I think I will stop here for applying eyeliner because I can't talk and apply eyeliner at the same time. Next, applying my favorite lipsticks. This is the Catrice Ultimate Color Lipsticks in the color 020 Maroon. This formula is really very good. Very pigmented, very moisturizing, and you can feel your lips very comfortable, soft, moisturized throughout the whole day. And it's only $7.50 Sing dollar. I've been promoting this for many times, and no, Catrice is not paying me. But it's really very good. Remember to insert your thumb or your finger to remove the excess in the center part so as not to stain the lips. No, not the lips, the teeth. And last but not least, applying the spray. This is the Australis Makeup Finishing Spritz. Recently, I've been applying this spray and I realized that it gives me a very dewy look. Alright, this is my finished look. I know this is a very simple look, and this is actually my daily look and the look that I'm most confident with. The concept behind this very simple makeup is, first, look at our facial features and find out what are the features that we are most confident with and play up one or two of your facial features. I remember when I was in secondary school learning home economics. Home economics is for girls, the guys learn technical. There was one lesson where the home economics teachers asked every girl to describe one facial features that we are most confident with and one facial feature that we are most unhappy or the least confident. The common response is we voice out a lot of features that we are not happy with, and we cannot even find one single feature that we are confident with, including myself. And likewise, I realized in some of my friends, we just cannot face ourselves. We always find fault with ourselves. That's why my first tip is know ourselves, put down all the criticism and face ourselves in an objective manner. For example, as you may see, I leave my skin nearly bare. It's not that my skin is perfect or flawless. My camera is being very kind to me. Yes, it seems very flawless on the camera, but in actual life, you can see a lot of veins, pigmentation, a lot of clogged pores. But I'm alright. And I've accepted all these flaws, and I'm not afraid to show people that I have all these flaws because this is who I am. I'm not perfect, and there's no perfect human being. So this is my flaws, this is me. I have my strength as well. So accepting our flaws, accepting our weakness, and not trying to compare with others is also a way to know ourselves better, and we can position ourselves even better. And the second concept is, as you dears can see, I only do the eye makeup and my lips makeup. As you dears may know, in the makeup, eyes it can be very tricky and can be quite difficult to do. But for my daily makeup, I will usually keep it very simple and plain. But whenever I do a video, I will challenge myself to create a different look by applying layers and layers of eye color. So this is constantly challenge ourselves and learning new experience. And the third concept, condition ourselves. By this, I would mean to say that for a daily makeup, I always have this attitude. We need not apply a full set of makeup every day unless your job requires you to. Otherwise, I find that we can just keep a very simple makeup because it's also social etiquette, I would say. We want to do makeup and face people and not make them feel threatening with our presence. We want to use our makeup to bring people closer to us and not set them apart. Alright, that's all for my sharing today. Last but not least, here's an inner beauty tip for us to cultivate together. I hope to add some inspiration and wisdom to you and me. Remember, self-confidence can be trained. It doesn't happen overnight. So these are the 3 tips I've shared today. First is to know ourselves. Know where is our strength, our boundary, our weakness, so that we can position ourselves better. Number 2, constantly challenge ourselves to build up the knowledge, experience, and the guts. And tips number 3 is to condition ourselves. Mingle ourselves with positive people, experienced people, wise people, so that we can become one of them. And it reconditions the message that's played inside our mind. And with a positive thoughts, it leads to a positive emotions and a positive action that gives us a positive results, and that look back to a positive, even more positive thoughts. So this is how our minds work. And remember, dears, please visit and say hi and show some love to Esther Oyana from Redline96 channel. I will link her address in the description box and tell her that I sent you here. And please subscribe to her if you like her. She's a very genuine person and very humble. So please show some love to her. And if you like this video, I think this video is not just about makeup, but more of the attitude and the confidence about makeup. So if you like it, please help me to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and click the bell button notification for my future videos. And show some love again to our Esther Oyana Redline96. Thank you very much for your help. May you dears have a peaceful, blissful, and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye!